but they've the soft hearts of women. So long as I am your king, treason shall never go unpunished. Sir Ilyn, bring me his head.
22-minute podcast. 22-minute podcast. Don't wanna take up much of your time. Just gonna read some headlines. Stuff.
Welcome to the 22-minute podcast. My name is Wes Sievertson. Today is Tuesday. Isn't it? May 20th. Oh, hey, I know whose birthday it is. Oh, we'll get there. But yes, it's May 20th, 2025. I'm here with Mike Finley and James Fass.
Hey, yo.
And, isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it?
No, it's our buddy, Joe Perhams. Yeah. Hey, maybe, perhams.
Actually, it's another guy we used to work with. Good friend of mine, too. Anthony Singheiser's birthday, also.
All right,
on
well,
this
happy
day.
birthday
To those two
Tony?
fucks. Tony, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, you met. I think you did meet him.
I don't know.
No, I think you did.
Dude, James claims I've met people that I don't remember.
I'm
either,
actually
so.
fairly confident you've met. Because, you know what? He dated a girl who shared the same birthday as you. It was a really fun time for
There's
me.
a girl who has the same birthday? Oh, I don't know her. I don't know her.
No one else has
You don't
that
know her. You don't know
birthday.
her.
Yeah,
Same day?
Same day, same
Well-
year. Oh, all three of you fucks
Oh,
now.
wow. Hey, I was born in Baylor Hospital, Dallas, Texas, December 3rd, and was it the evening or the morning? I can't remember. 8:30.
I was an evening baby myself.
I can't remember if it was. I think it was the morning. I think
Nice.
It was 8:30 in the morning. Anyway, but there you go. What hospital there, Mike?
Was I born in?
Yeah.
Actually, the same hospital as you.
Oh,
Baylor and Dallas.
Gotcha.
Yep.
There you go. What about you, James?
Dayton Regional.
Dayton Regional.
Nice. Yeah, your parents were like, we can't hit 35 right now. Look at the traffic.
My brother Robbie was born at Flow Hospital though, which is now apartments. So
Ha! That's funny.
Which is now apartments.
My cousin was definitely born at a hospital that does not exist anymore. Yeah, for sure. I think it
Yeah.
was in fucking Athens, Texas. So yeah,
Ooh.
kind of cool. You know, it's
Yeah.
what's funny though is Dayton Regional was on 35, but on the opposite side.
Yeah.
At that time.
Okay, yeah.
It was like where Denny's is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah.
Pretty
Wait,
crazy.
is that Denny still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know they tore down the IHOP, right? Off of 35, the one that was right by UNT, because UNT bought that land.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so they took it off I-35 and they put it on I-35.
Right. Of course. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
The most
well, shit.
unnecessary shit.
And I thought they also. It seemed like IHOP had a lot of issues in Denton, because the one that was over like by Swisher as well, I thought had some major issues for a while. But
I
who
feel like
knows?
Waffle House gets more love, probably.
Oh, I do love
That's
me a
kinda
Waffle
true.
House. Yeah.
like maybe that's a college town thing, especially where like Waffle House gets a special amount of love. But it's also like I love the placement of Waffle House in Denton, where like you feel like you almost have to go to the fucking truck yards.
Yeah.
like it's this weird. It really is.
Because it's the one right off
It's a
35
townie thing.
And,
Yeah.
just like right under the bridge.
380 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 288.
I think it's
No,
just
not
a
288,
townie thing because like
Oh,
we
that's
did it in like high
all
school.
Well, so we did it too, but it's funny the way that we did it. Was it Garland was the last place where you could smoke inside?
You'd smoke inside,
so
yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of
Maybe
priority.
it's a theater kid thing.
That might be a good. You know, it's a theater kid thing. It's an artsy kid thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Artsy kid, I think they would check out.
It's also like the oil rig guy thing and
That's totally part of it, in my opinion. Where like I think
the
that's
fraternity brother thing. It's weird. Like everyone gets a piece of Waffle House.
I think you know, well, especially on a Friday night. But I do think there's something about the blue collar nature of it that draws literally every like middle to lower class person.
Right.
You know, it's like we do all belong here, even though this is like the one place we do all belong, kind of, actually.
It's like FUBU.
Dude, that's right.
For us,
It's
by
for
us.
yeah, by us. It's you know, if you saw Mark Zuckerberg in a Waffle House, like his pants would be like disintegrating because it just couldn't take it.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Yeah,
somebody
people would rip him apart.
I was
and
gonna
eat
say
him.
somebody would throw a chair like so quick. Maybe it's me. I don't know. And I
They would
pointed-
just start eating his flesh, dude.
that actually would be a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Eating Mark Zuckerberg's flesh.
If we're in a Waffle House with 50 other people,
pull one on two,
you know, that's how society has.
smothered, covered, capped.
God
You know-
damn it, Mike.
Seriously, that's how society has been at points, right? Just masses of people ripping, the ruling class apart. And I mean,
Quite literally.
if we're gonna have history repeat itself in one way, why can't it repeat itself in others?
You know what? I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Obviously we thought we were getting to like a civilized society where we could all function with mutual respect, no matter which class you belong to.
Yeah, right.
But they kept pushing,
Yeah, and
and they kept stepping.
to act like it's ridiculous just because it's now for us to defend ourselves. Not that I have any means to do so, so don't worry. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just saying, like, why is it insane that to think that the world could go? I mean, the world is prepping for war.
Yeah.
The world is actively all over the fucking
yeah.
world.
It's like 9 wars going on right now, dude.
And all of Europe is like Germany. Germany itself just the other day was like, yeah, in the next like 3 or 4 years, our goal is to have the most advanced army in Europe. You know, like because they know what's coming. So if you like headlines,
Super War.
World War III. You know what's crazy is we're too old to fight in it.
Yeah.
Wait, how old have they made the draft before? Like seriously, we're 35.
28?
We're 35. Like that's got to be past like the threshold.
There's plenty of influencers out there that can.
Exactly, dude.
I mean, I'm serious.
That's how you get people like us behind it.
Yeah.
Take the influencers. The problem is they will use
They'll be like doing
the lowest class.
Hey guys, just out here at the war.
Just out here.
Well, that's also true.
war.
Yeah, that's how they'll get those guys out there. No, but I mean, if you notice, like the ads, at least I've seen like a lot of ads rolling through my feeds for the army and shit, and like they heavily are advertising towards like young Hispanic men. You know, I mean, not that that's bad, but
Right,
you got to
right.
think why they're doing
Yeah.
it, and it's, I mean, we kind of talked about it before with last week or whatever with what was it? Some union busted up by like Wyoming National Guard or something, or Wisconsin. I don't remember.
In like Milwaukee or some shit like that.
Right, and the whole point I made there was like, listen,
Because they wanted higher wages.
yeah, like it's literally people like, hey, there's lower wages. We're having trouble existing. You are a part of this too. You're a part of the same class as we are, the lower class, and you have found wages through being a shill of the system, which is oppressing everyone else. So I'm just saying it's.
They were like, really? You're gonna call the army on us, buddy?
Yeah, and then they did, and that's kind of what I'm also getting at. You know what I was saying with like to think it's ridiculous that the world can't fall into war again, that Americans, you know, whatever, like to feel like that's something you're separated from. Well, just as easily a police state can rise up full of people that it would seem hypocritical for them to do what they're doing whenever they do it, and all of these things are possible. And they will take advantage of you if you can. They'll sell you this. That's the thing. Immigrants come, like, no matter where you're from, you come to this country with the same American bullshit dream that they sold us 20 years ago. So they're fresh minds with this shit, right?
Yeah.
They haven't been jaded by it. They actually have some idea of hope of like, oh my God, this could actually work for me, especially considering where I came from. And they're just the new shills for violent capitalism. And it's a never-ending. That's actually like kind of the irony. You know, every time you hear like kind of the joke or the meme of like every accusation is an admission, right? That whatever they accuse,
Right.
other people of, they're doing it too. What if the ruling white class actually does want lower white class replacement? I'm not listen, I'm not like a race conspiracy theorist. I'm talking about classism.
Yeah.
and just in the sense of like they don't actually care about culture. Not that they actually want to genocide white people. I'm not saying that. Okay, not hashtag Gronk this week. Speaking of headlines, have you seen that?
No.
Grok has been clearly fucked with, manipulated to promote conversation, contemplating. Hey, I don't know. It's speculated there might be white genocide in South Africa, even though there's no proof of it or anything like that.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. So believe me, that's not where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, even if you are like a lower class white supremacist and you happen to hear this, I'm saying you are a shill. They don't even care about you.
Yeah.
They may care about white people. They don't care about poor white people.
No.
So don't be a fool, bro. Stop where you are right now and restart.
What happened today?
Dude, this country's on fire. I don't care.
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm sorry. I don't want to get into that, obviously. I think we spent enough time on it. Yes, Tuesday, May 20th, Joe Prim's birthday. Anthony's.
And then Singheimer's birthday.
Yes. Okay. Well, I hope they enjoyed the rant. If they even
You're
ever
welcome.
hear this. What
Birthday
happened
rants.
Yeah. Oh, birthday rants. Hey, if it's your birthday, I promise you a rant. I'm going to ruin that birthday for you. On this day in 1860, hey, my friends do a podcast, and it's actually they do birthdays, and they shouted me out. You should listen. And you just tell, like, just a stranger, and next thing you know, everyone's a Nazi!
Everyone's behind the pie shop.
White
doesn't have any
penis!
pies.
Yeah, so
White penis!
So, hey, I'm going to really encourage, like, Joe to get his lady or something. Hey, tell your girlfriend's parents to listen.
A trans.
A trans. I heard hopefully we didn't do any of that before 5 minutes, because I heard that's whenever we have to stop they'll shut down monetization, of if you cuss or like maybe say a trans. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Probably not a trans though. Maybe if you say a trans.
A trans.
I wonder if that's like on a flag list. A trans.
A.
That's objectifying. Okay, on this day in 1862, the Homestead Act is signed by Abraham Lincoln, which provides 160 acres of public land free of charge to those who lived on and cultivated land for the last 5 years.
Socialism.
Interesting. You know what? I don't remember. I'm sure I learned way more about that back in the day, but obviously this corresponded with something to do with the Civil War. 160 acres. Wow. Public land, free charge. Who cultivated land for the last 5 years? I don't really understand the context of that. I actually am now curious. Like
for farmers, then maybe.
Well, obviously, but I'm wondering like why the benefit. Like, so clearly they did they already own land, and therefore this was like a bonus on top of. And how did they divide that up? I don't know. I'm more of wondering, was this like land a part of the Confederate South that was then distributed? Because honestly, that's real smart if he did that.
That's smart.
He said we need to really put these racist people in a corner, so we got to take their land from them. And I bet they were mad.
Oh, that president.
Yeah, and I bet they were like this. Ooh, they can't do this. Ooh, and the truth is, yeah, we totally can. That's how war literally works, bro. You tried to secede. Like, we're just gonna pat you on the head and be like, good try. No.
Maybe next time.
We're gonna take everything you got because you lost, Confederate bitch. I don't know. It's just the truth. You put the history stuff in here. Okay. Starting a war right now. On this day in 18 fucking god damn it.
1882.
Germany and Austria Hungary. They were two different things back then. That's interesting. I don't know history well enough. That's for sure. And Italy secretly. Wait, what?
They secretly formed the Triple Alliance.
In 1882? I gotta look. Guys, why are we so dumb? Is it because we're Americans?
Yeah, because they didn't teach us history.
Nothing, dude. That is the weird thing. Is like
do a line dance.
Yeah, remember we learned to square dance.
Oh, dude, I square dance. Can I say her? No, I won't say her name, but I square dance with her.
Good.
And that was a lot of fun for me. What a terrible story. I'm sorry.
Did you
Michelle Monaghan? Who are we talking about?
Did you have to flip up a prepubescent.
I could not have done that.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
I was the
prepubescent.
small spoon in this situation.
That's awesome. I like that. I mean, even as a kid, that's kind of like a charming like Noah Baumbach kind of scene. You know,
Yeah.
like a coming of age, but like a little more adult
Mhm.
in its perspective of the scene. You know, like it still feels charming and childish, but perhaps these are the more awkward moments, right? Of like Noah Baumbach loves that shit. But I could totally see that being like a kind of charming thing where like a 11-year-old boy all of a sudden forms like a crush on this girl who's just a foot taller than him. You know, that's just funny, and cute, and good for them. Good for them.
Good for them.
All right.
Good for me.
Yeah, you know, I have really enjoyed the documentaries on Netflix. I hope they're accurate of some history stuff. There's one that's really great about letting you know how we went from, the Cold War, so post World War II, relations with Russia and all that, to how we are in the situation with Ukraine right now, the invasion of Ukraine, as weird people like to call it, Crimea.
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 Why do they call it
That's
that?
what Russia calls it. So that it's them posturing, right? It's Donald Trump renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Well, that's freedom.
Yeah, right. Well, to the Russians, it's imperialist.
For Google to do
history.
it makes sense. Yeah.
God damn it!
Jesus.
They really do just want to lull us into it, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
That's
nobody
why-
likes it.
That's why we got to buy land and create a commune.
Well, maybe we can go back through to the Homestead Act and maybe figure out a way for us to.
How do I cultivate and then get? Cultivate and get. Cultivate, get. That's the process. I heard. All right. Well, what else we got here on this day in 1902? Cuba gains independence from the U.S. after taking control of the island in 1899, defeating Spain in the Spanish-American War. Weird. Yeah, I know nothing about these are some classics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so classic. It's like, hey, I may know about Led Zeppelin, but I don't know the history of jazz. You know, 1920s swing or something. That's what this is.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
It's just out of my purview. And you know what? Your child is going to be like, who the fuck is Led Zeppelin? I mean,
No,
maybe
she
not who the fuck
won't.
is Led
She won't.
Led Zeppelin's different. But, I mean, also you have to consider technology and the way
Right,
that
yeah.
things
Yeah.
the way things stick around.
Well, it all depends on how this war plays out.
True.
Which one?
So
The new super one, the 3D war,
India, Pakistan?
dude,
the melting pot war.
man, talk about religious wars. They pretty much all are, aren't they?
Yeah.
When you think about it, except for the Russian guy one. That guy's just like, ugh, we used to have this. We want it back.
I think we want it back.
Yeah,
Aye.
that's a classic war. That's one that everyone understands and can openly get mad about. Like with the religious wars, you're not allowed to get mad at them, right? Because then you'd be getting mad at like, why are you taking your religion so seriously? Either one, you know what I mean? You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to do
Either
it.
one.
You got to respect it. Like, no, they're literally killing each other because of it.
Right.
I don't think I have to respect it at all. I don't have one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that makes me feel entitled to not respect yours, right?
Isn't that great?
It's a great argument against the way I feel, but it doesn't make me wrong, does it? I don't know. Does it? On this day in music history, it definitely does make me wrong. Just FYI.
Oh, no, it does.
If you're talking about like pure objective philosophy, yes, I am incorrect. On this day in 1987, Motley Crue's fourth studio album, "Girls, Girls, Girls," with that single, you know, the titular single,
Girls,
was released. Yeah, you know, and I bet my mom was probably into it.
Hell yeah.
She was like 19 at the end. Did you just do an impression? Did I just hear like, we can't see you, James, but I just hear you like pretend to do a little line of coke there
Yeah.
because of
Nice.
Motley Crue? Good.
Nice.
Perfect. I love the Foley, you know. On this day in 1990, there you know me a ground on me. Obviously, that song was not on this album, but in the year 1990, Seal's debut album is released. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to go back and see if there's a song that I even recognize.
Yeah.
But obviously, very talented singer. Quite a range.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then who did he marry? Who was he married to?
Heidi Klum.
Nice.
And then he cheated on her.
No.
He did? Seal, breaking my heart.
How do I even know how you get to that point in your life?
How do you cheat on Heidi Klum?
I don't
bro?
know.
I'd kill myself.
Like I feel like if I even thought about it, I'd be like, oh, new kink. You know what I mean? Like my
Oh, I'm cheating on you.
no. My kink is like, hey, I thought about it. Why don't you punish me, Heidi Klum? You know what I mean? Every thought would just be, how can I get it back to sexualizing Heidi Klum? You know, does she want me to sexualize her? If she doesn't want me to, I'll turn that into a kink as well.
Yay.
I don't think that's a yay. Again, it's a joke and I'm wrong.
Okay.
No, you're not listening to a word I'm saying.
Who's Duncan Sheik?
I am barely breathing.
Oh, I should have looked at the song. I am barely breathing.
I just know that it's like a staple 90s song
dude.
for
It was
sure.
huge. I got to put that on a playlist. 1996, Duncan Sheik's debut album with that song. Yay! Thank you, Duncan Sheik. You know, that name does ring a bell now that I think about it. On this day, 1997, the second studio album from the American rock band Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Really, Dave coming into his sound, even though he fell out of it.
Yeah.
But this is like the most distinct Foo Fighters
100%.
record. The rest are kind of generic, fun pop rock.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that first record. It is a lot of
Great
fun.
record.
Great record.
Great
This
record.
one's better, gotta say though.
Yeah, 100%.
Everlong's just such a bear. Yeah, it's just a ridiculous. I mean, it's gonna last forever, and we all know it.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Styles came out with a record in 2022. I could tell you more about it. Okay, I'm gonna bust through these birthdays here.
Let's do it.
All right, turning 57, Timothy Olyphant. Turning 47, Mike Flanagan, director of Dr. Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And then also like the Netflix Haunting of Bly Manor and stuff like that. Turning 33, Joffrey, Jack Gleason.
Joffrey's dead.
Game of Thrones, big day for birthdays because it's also turning 40. Joel Fry.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Game of Thrones. He was Cersei's short-lived husband when she was like being all political. and stuff.
Yeah.
Turning 64, also Game of Thrones. Owen Teal. He was Alistair Thorne, so kind of the asshole at the
Okay.
the Black Castle, whatever. Time for one more. What do you got?
89, Cher. Do you believe
Dude.
in life after love?
Cher in her prime could have suffocated me with any part of her body. Bye.